Good morning, world. All my dogs are outside. Let me get my DFT on because, as always, we need to get our human form, human machine right. Premium, working at premium levels. I'm not going to have my shake this morning because I've changed a bit up of my routine up a little bit because I've added Sculpt and Circulate in the morning. Can you see this? This is a pre-workout drink, really, to get your oxygen levels, to maintain daily nitric oxide levels. So I have my capsules, my Sculpt, and this that I take in the morning before I work out. And I need to eat. I've been finding that my eating routine is off. And it's partially because I've been having this in the morning. And so when it's time to eat or when breakfast is done, I really need to eat here before I go to work. I can't eat. You know, I need to eat later. So I'm going to start having breakfast at 8 and take this to work with me and have it like at my break or maybe even my lunchtime, depending on that. So a little bit of change up on that. So we're going to jump right into, which will help save a little bit of time in the morning because I don't have that, how quickly it is to put my DFT on, right? So welcome. Thanks for hanging out with me. Welcome to Monday's morning mental prep on this June the 19th. My goodness. As always, getting my body right, my physical form right before I get my mind right, or before, kind of all goes together in the morning, right? Yeah, like I said, these next 2.5 months through the end of August, I've got big goals for my body, and I've started meditating again. Switching up, just switched up some things, added some things. Didn't really switch up things. The only thing I switched up really is I'm going to have my shake later so that I can do breakfast. Also, it allows me to fast a little bit longer because then I won't have breakfast until 8. The shake has calories, so it breaks my fast. But I've gotten away from doing the meditation, and I felt, even working out, just for the last several weeks, really a couple of months, I felt scattered. And I'm like, I'm doing the same things that I do every day. Really, you know what I mean? Why am I feeling so scattered? And that's partially because of my business work that I do beforehand. Trying to squeeze so much in the morning, especially because I have less time after work, you know, before the day's over. If I get off right at 5:30, if I don't stay late and I clock out, I'm home by 5:40, 5:45 at the latest. 6:45, 7:45, that gives me 2.5 hours. 8:15 is when if I'm going to meditate before bed. But 8:15, 8:30 is when I'm heading to bed, washing up, you know, changing my clothes or whatever, getting ready to get into the bed so that I'm in bed by 8:30, asleep shortly thereafter, no later than 9 o'clock. But I've gotten some things organized over the weekend that's helped, and the morning time balance of, because I don't really want to eat at work. I can, but it's kind of getting in the way. You know, there's a lot of cleanup, you know, and things like that, and I just would rather eat at home. And then have my shake at work like I would eat, basically. It's supposed to go on an empty stomach, so I probably won't have it. If I eat at 8, I probably won't have it till 10 or 11, which means then that buys me some lunchtime, too. I won't have as much for lunch, but I can still eat a lunch because I'm trying to pack in a bunch of protein. But just, I had to change some things up because kind of pivot, because there's stuff, like I said, that I want to do for my body, and I need to get back to meditating. I notice a difference in myself not doing that. I just needed to, I don't know what was wrong. I don't know. I'm revamping things, not revamping things. I'm re-implementing a couple of things and just going to kind of, I always felt like I was rushing to get through that step in my morning, you know, rush through to get to the gym, rush through the gym, come home, meditate, rush through meditating, rush through the shower. And I'm like, why am I feeling like this? I don't want to feel rushed. I have the time to do these things. Why am I feeling like I'm rushing through them? That's taking away from the benefit of doing them. And so that's where I'm at now. I'm back to meditating in the morning, either in the morning or at night before bed. I have to meditate every day. If I can get twice a day in there, great, but at least once a day. But that's a big thing that I stepped away from. I'm just kind of babbling on now. I'm excited over the next 2 months. I was waiting for my Ohio trip. I know that's been a lot on my mind. So now that I don't really have any big plans, there are weekend stuff, you know, local things like that. I'm really going to focus on getting my body where I want it to, getting my food goals where I want them to, even more so now. And then, of course, my business and my writing. So I'm hoping, so far, I'm feeling better about it. Just some, you know, information on, you know, the things that I do to keep myself going, to keep myself sane, to keep myself growing, expanding, learning, you know, all of that stuff. So enough about me, enough about that. Let me just read what our morning mantra prep is for the day. A letter of gratitude. We always come back to gratitude. Gratitude is especially powerful when directed toward others. Write a letter to someone who positively impacted you. Perhaps they said a kind word when you needed it most, or they showed you love when you couldn't yet love yourself. Write them a detailed note thanking them. Notice how it feels to write this letter. Notice how it feels to write this letter. How long afterward do you still feel gratitude? If you feel compelled, give them the letter. However, know that you can still feel the impact of gratitude whether you choose to give them the letter or not. Consider making this practice a monthly ritual. I've not yet done a gratitude letter, but I'm grateful every day. And I definitely send gratitude out to others all the time as well. All right, because I rambled on earlier, we're going to just keep on flowing into the law of attraction. Today, we're learning that the law works when there is a vacuum. I don't fully understand this yet. If someone wants to manifest something in his work or life experience, he or she may first have to create the space for it. Right? In other words, tear down, remove, and otherwise clean and clear a space to make it ready to receive the object or create the right climate for getting the new job, raise in pay, loving companion, or a new group of friends. The ancient Chinese tradition known as feng shui emphasizes the clearing of space and the art of placement to attract the things you desire to have in your life. Clutter impedes or blocks energy flow, and when you are trying to bring something good into your life, you certainly don't want to block its arrival. This is so, so true. And if you don't believe it, let's just think about this. Why do you want to change your space around, your living room around? You go moving furniture around, your bedroom. Why do you think you want to do that? Probably because the energy becomes stale, stagnant. It's no longer invigorating or inspiring or appealing visually, right? It's time to move things around and shake up that energy. You can use the principles of feng shui to enhance your intentional work with the law of attraction, especially if you're seeking harmony, peace, and prosperity in all areas of life. One of the major maxims of feng shui states, less is more. I love it too. Definitely love it. Well, I'm down to the last 50 seconds, so I'm definitely going to keep it. I need a drink of water though. Excuse me. So there you have it. Hopefully you got something to think about today, something to ponder on, something to grow with, something to expand your mind, your consciousness, your awareness, your energy. And I'm going to go finish my morning mental prep, which includes affirmations, my gratitude list, as well as a 10 or 15 minute writing dump in my journal. I encourage you all to do the same thing. Find some kind of morning routine. Hal Elrod's book, Miracle Morning, is a good place to start. I read his book in 2018 when I first started, and while I don't have his exact routine, I do have my own Miracle Morning, and it's been just a miracle in changing my life. So I encourage you to do the same thing. At the very least, take 5 minutes, find 5 things that you're grateful for that happened in the last 2 days, over the weekend, the last 48 hours, right? What are you grateful for? I'd like to know in the comments. Let me know what you're grateful for. Are you grateful for your pets, your yard maybe, your car? Are you grateful your bills got paid this month? You got food in the cabinet? Maybe you're going on a great trip that you've been planning and you're grateful for that. What are you grateful for? I'm grateful for so many things, always. I'm grateful for rainy days. I'm grateful for rainy days, even though we didn't get to play in the rain this weekend, because when we first went out there to play in the rain, my dog sliced open his leg, so I had to take him to the emergency ER, or the animal ER, and get him stitched up. But it's still made for a nice, the grass is coming back, it's wonderful. I love our rainy days, so I'm so grateful for those rainy days. All right, guys, I'm out. I will see you tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel, and as always, peace and love.